Oh, yes.
All right, looks like this run I've got a crown, but we don't have a Titan kill. Starting Loam Coats with Spore Launcher and Sanguine Assistant. Okay, and we have a Quoth's Reservation to help us play the Loam Coats. Ancient Roots is interesting. I haven't seen that before. Or a Golden Idol. I mean, Golden Idol is actually, like, Golden Idol as a first relic is just really good. I think Spore Launcher is going to be eating up my rally options on the lowest floor, so I'm going to go Executioner. Okay, I'll take this because we have the trial thing in the jig, but we're not actually super well suited to this. I have to lean on RNG a bit for this to be workable. RNG did not favor me there. Because we were hoping to see blue potion, of course. Let's see. I think I just need to take this punch though as it comes, more or less. And just cope. And get on with playing the rest. Yeah, so I think we're taking a decent bit of damage to the pyre. Let's see. I think it's a Vampire's Tooth on Bolete here, at least for now. I think I like a Loam Coat here. We can play a Quoth's. I need to play this and then check this for blue. We got the Blast Infusion, which saves us from taking any more damage and gets us the Collector. And then I play a Conscript down here to wipe that floor. And the other play doesn't matter too much. Probably the optimal play was to play another Conscript on the top floor. That's under control. Let's see. It's not going to take too much to finish this guy off. He will apply some sap to himself when he moves up, so adding a little more sap is pretty good. We've already got him. Just let it go. Let's see. Gooey Flask, Infectory, Green Recruits. An Infectory bottom floor with the Spore Launcher is pretty good. That's my first thought. There we go. Okay, we've got a Twisted Assistant option. One of the stronger equipments on offer. I do tend to like that one. I'll take it. I think it's decent with this Bolete, but it's not great. Honestly, this Bolete, I would have, I would have preferred the Trample Proliferate Bolete here. And then I probably wouldn't be taking this unit. I want 2 Merchants of Steel with an Under Legion Lazarus. I think I want Lazarus units. Let's see. Assistants are really good with Rally. This Bolete is size 3. Undying units are really good with him, though. So I'm kind of looking for more assistants and more Undying guys. Now, in terms of the Merchant of Steel, I'm looking for Duplicate. I think the Merchant of Magic doesn't actually get me power. Nah, because I'm never going to upgrade Secret Ingredient or Eager Conscript that much. Not in a big way. So I'm going to head over here. Options are Immortal Stone and Dual Stone. I was looking for a dual stone. Okay, How do we feel about squad leader? How do we feel about squad leader? I can't really fit him on the first floor unless I expand it, because I want to use the first floor to let my assistants cycle through. Yeah, I think either of these are just kind of awkwardly redundant. I think I might take a squad leader anyway, because we still like troops on Bolete's floor. And we might kind of change it up in a way that makes them better. I'll take the dualism for the launcher. I don't have a unit I like to have put reanimate on. Bit of a bummer. If I reroll, I could still find something meaningful. What are my meaningful picks, though, since I've already got dualism on the spore launcher? With this crew, nothing matters. There's nothing else I wanted to find at the upgrade store. So I can take double purges then. Remove a spear and shield steward. This is fine. I think we can almost always decay out the flutist. And decay doesn't really care about Titanstone, not in the quantity it comes in. I wonder if there's a version of this where we're actually growing the floor and playing Bolete on the same floor with the spore launcher. That might actually be good. You know, that's kind of legit. Do I need to be secret ingredienting or just decaying? If I play Eager Conscripts, the Sanguine Assistant still dies. I don't need his health to be any lower for him to die on the upper floor. Let me just pocket this and get a little bit of troop going here. Okay, get you down, decays the floor. Blast you. Let's see, I think I want to get the tooth out. I have a little bit more access to equipment and graft than I need right now. I'm gonna give myself the tools to play out this hand. Alright, what do I sit on with this team? I think I want reanimate. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing with the loam coats here. Which is bizarre, because Propagate 2 is really strong. I should probably just be slapping a loam coat on Bolete, calling it a day. I'm gonna do that in subsequent turns for sure. I don't need to play Infectory here at this point. If I play it here, I get a unit. And then... Spikes is fine. Got a lot of damage out of the tooth there. Oh, if we switch to Loam Coat there, we don't kill. But yeah, in future floors, I think I want a Loam Coat here. Recruit. Yeah, I like that. He's really good. I wanted the overworked assistant too, because he's very good for our harvest. Let's see. This is my chance to get a deployable Infectory or Loam Coat. With our current 4 energy budget, the units I deploy is basically the Spore Launcher and nothing else matters. I could easily deploy something else. If I go to the Merchant of Steel, the best things I'm finding are either Reanimate or Endless for like the Green Recruit or the Overworked Assistant, which are pretty good. I could also find Dualism for the Overworked Assistant. He does work really well with the Dual Stone, and this guy can be a pretty surprising workhorse in a lot of circumstances. Or I can get a deployable Loam Coat, and it does make Bolete a lot better. Do I need another Lazarus unit? What kind of cool Lazarus units can I pick up? I could pick up a tank to sit on one of the other floors, because if I'm putting everything on the bottom floor, I'm kind of setting myself up for one bad run to mess everything up. I could even just get a bad draw pattern if my plan is pack everything on a floor and go to town. Well, even if I do take the expansion, with Bolete being size 3, I'm at a size 6 floor with just the Spore Launcher and Bolete. So even if I take the size increase, it probably doesn't work. I probably still need to put Bolete in the second car and just harvest onto both cars, doing various throwaway unit tricks. Various throwaway unit tricks sounds like I probably benefit from having another Lazarus unit, and I go to the Merchant of Steel with that unit to try and do something for him. Large Stone, Titan Stone, and a Frankenstone. Okay, the Frankenstone I can definitely use. Makeshift Golem. Makeshift Golem with Reanimate's kind of cool. He becomes a pretty good armor source. I think I'll take him. He's deployable too, which kind of helps. It does kind of displace the squad leader if I'm perhaps putting him on the same floor that Bolete is. And I think Bolete might need some protection. But I can easily move around where I'm putting the Makeshift Golem. So long as he's not Large Stone. If I Large Stone him, he's a bit more committal. I think I'm gonna reroll. Okay, we got the Immortal Stone. I think Immortal Stone on the Green Recruit or the Overworked Assistant is pretty great. Put it on the Green Recruit. Let me see. So the Green Recruit can kind of hang out with Bolete and give me a lot of harvest options. And then we're harvesting to build up that regen and rage. The Loam Coat is going to propagate the regen and rage. And then we can sneak in other secret ingredient benefits that'll propagate off the Loam Coat. Let's see. Thinking maybe a Heartstone on the Spore Launcher to make him a little bit more resilient in certain circumstances where units start to attack through the bottom line. Rest of that, I think, is fine. I don't need him to be tremendously resilient because he can pick up a knife for lifesteal. Boiler Room could be pretty strong. I've got a lot of throwaway units down there. Hef's Hammer's always pretty strong. I don't think I have a dedicated sleigh plan. I'm gonna go with the Boiler install. This is gonna give me a lot of energy. If I can find an X spell, I think this goes nuts. If I find, like, Spike of the Underlegion, I think we're in a really good spot. Lazarus Spike, too. Both of them are really crazy. see. He has a baseline 30 health. I think for now we put the makeshift golem top floor with a squad lead. And those guys just pal around for a while. They're kind of spares in the scheme of things. Let me see. Speaking of spares, you can go down here. Where do I want eager conscripts? I'm gonna put them with Bolete. Do I want a Quaths? No, I'm gonna save a Quaths until I need to play a what's it called? I'm gonna save a Quaths until I need to play that one card. Loam Coats. I'll give this guy a Vampire's Tooth. Loam Coats are a little expensive to get out. I think now is when we start ingredienting for things. We want to get into our green buffs. So I'm looking to get both Spikes and Reanimate for Bolete in one injection. And then we Loam Coat him and both of those things start propagating. Let's see, here, the Fungi actually soaks the Flagellant hit, so Bolete's only taking like half an Archeon hit. And now we've got a green recruit, which is pretty good. We unfortunately don't have a summon for this floor this round, but it's okay. Alright, reanimate, regen. More reanimate. There's the spikes. Okay, next we go for red potion. He's already got the Loam Coat on. And Vampire's Tooth the makeshift golem up here, and it might actually make him live longer in a meaningful way. Yep. There's red. So with this, we're looking for life steal and damage shield. Okay, I drop the green recruit down here. Then eager conscript, overworked. Where is our Loam Coat going? I'm actually going to Loam Coat this guy and start propagating his reanimate. He's going to need to have a lot of unstable before he starts exploding. Okay, we're a little short on damage up here. And I don't have a lot to say about it either. If I play the Twisted Assistant, I can't play the Green Recruit. Dropping an Eager Conscript doesn't help. Rage 4 is 8 more damage, which does not quite get there. It's a shame, because if the Eager Conscript lived, he'd be worth a good amount of damage here, and that would kill. We're going to take a little damage. I think we bring out the Green Recruit. This is going to cause a lot of decay. Start building up those incants. Final wave. We're actually already killing. That's crazy. Just for funsies. Rage, damage shield, life steal. The ultimate mushroom man. If I had given him the rage infusion a turn sooner, I would not have taken fire damage. Spore Launcher's getting a lot of work done. Scrap for parts seems pretty friggin' good. Like, that's really good. The Tome of Horrors is also great here. I've got a lot to work with off of this. Yeah, we've got some spicy combos going. I'm really feeling it. I'm gonna take Scrap for parts. So I think those sacrifice options, when you can play them, are really incredible, and I don't often get to play with them. I feel comfortable skipping this and taking energy. So I think I've got decent setups for my floors right now. Is it trinkets? Under Legion unit? I've got all the Under Legion units I actually want. The question here is, do I get benefits from magic upgrades? I still haven't found really good spells, so I think I'm going to go the right path. We can buy one at most. These are not good. The Deepwood Oil is the closest to doing something, and it's very weak. I want the Trample and Propagate. We'll see how many units get off the bottom floor, because the bottom floor is still decaying people to death pretty spectacularly. Let me see. So the problem with small gift, the problem with Jack in the Box is that I don't have a way to put Jack in the Box in the back row. Like, so I need units to spawn in the front. If you need them to spawn in the front, Jack in the Box does not help with that because it tends to get attacked and you lose. So it's got to be the large box today. Honestly, I think the boiler room install is really wild. It's going to do so much work for me. I'm going to take it. I feel pretty strong, so I think we can do this. I can't, like, quantify my power right now, because so much of it is Spore Launcher does a crazy amount of work. Oh. This is theoretically more valuable on other floors than it is here, I think. The other thing I think is we calcified Ember into a Quartz. The Quartz is super good at dealing with calcified Ember problems. Yeah, I don't think I need this electricity chamber as much as I need effects on Bolete. There's a reanimate for him. There is a loam coat. So grab the loam coat. I didn't get another Madman infusion, but I do have the Spike of the Legion. I definitely want a Vampire's Tooth out there to make the Spore Launcher stable. We're only hitting him for 36. It's nowhere near enough. Spear Steward can get me a Harvest. Eager Conscript can get me a Harvest as well. If I harvest twice, that's like 4 Rage. It's probably the most I've got going on at the moment. Yeah, I think this Ravenous Zealot might do some damage to us while we're still setting up. Okay, let's see. The Green Recruit needs to go down here and start putting a lot of decay on. Cheery Deathcap is pretty good at making this Zealot die in a timely fashion. Let's see. Vampire's Tooth brings this closer to what it needs to be. It's still not there yet. I think I can Infectory here. Secret Ingredient. Reanimate. Doesn't really help here. I'm going to take a bunch of damage from the Zealot, unfortunately. Well, I'm blocking the Cheery Deathcap death now, but I am getting more harvests off of this. And I need harvests to ramp the lead up. Yeah, it's probably that I'm playing some of my harvestable units down here. And it's slowing me down. Yes, that's 28 damage there. Ugh. Let's see. Okay. Overworked Assistant, Green Recruit. We're kind of working now, and this grow room as a backstop on the reanimate should make sure that nothing overflows for the rest of the run. Not in a bad way, like not too much overflow anyway. Show me spikes, thank you. I'm gonna build up this unstable. Okay, cool. I don't have a great place to put Organ Harvester, weirdly. Because I still think, I think I still want the loam coat. I think I'm gonna scrap Twisted Assistant. Do this. Might as well. We're at the point where I might like a pincushion. Yeah, might as well do that. Enjoy your decay. Decay, decay. Might as well. Let's go for red. More mixed cards might be helpful. If I had like the mix 2 card, that'd be great. Alright, you're out to decay 17. How does that make you feel? Propagate. Yeah, we didn't get far enough for the overworked assistant to start popping. He only got to 24 versus his 27. If you put a loam coat on him, it's a lot harder to make him explode. He would start exploding if he took damage. Let's see. Pox kills our own guys. It's a very weird card. Pandemic is great with Etch, but I don't think I need it in this run. I don't think it helps this run. I think a lot of my stuff is already spoken for. Reanimation Lab. I think Reanimation Lab would be pretty strong on our second floor, but I am using some other stuff. Like, I'm using an Infectory there to get more harvest. The Reanimation Lab is more payoff, whereas the other option is more setup. I think Surgical Strike is probably really good utility going into Entropy Seraph, because this does pierce spell shields, and Entropy Seraph brings out a lot of spell shield units. Let me see. This is tough. These are both really useful. Do I maybe need this on the top floor for the makeshift golem to stand up in the later fights? Well, presumably the makeshift golem is going to catch a loam coat, and makeshift golem and Bolete are probably the two units that need the loam coat the most. I have been loam coating the overworked assistant, but he probably works better without it. The draw order is really important here. Surgical Strike is also a bit more energy intensive if you want to rattle it through multiple units. I think that's a little tricky for me to work with right now. Do I need a Merchant of Steel more than I want a Merchant of Trinkets with 545 gold? So we can find cool upgrades for the Makeshift Golem or the Overworked Assistant. As I said before, the Overworked Assistant with Dualism is a crazy good unit. The Makeshift Golem with a few different things is better. You cannot Dualism spawn. We get an artifact and 2 card removes over here as well, which would get rid of my 2 stewards. That's all pretty good. Do I have a card I want to duplicate? I don't think so. No, I don't want to duplicate the green recruit, because 2 endless units makes your draws kind of bad. Yeah, Endless does put it at the top of the draw pile. Ooh, Shroomponics is awesome. We absolutely wanted Shroomponics. I think I just take one extra reanimate on the makeshift golem. And call that a day. I could also large stone him. I think large stone's not great for him. I kind of want dualism for both these guys, which is not a place you want to be. So if I large stone the makeshift golem, then what does that set me up for? Yeah, I think you have to use what you're dealt in a lot of cases. So I think this is the pattern for that. And then I might use a strength stone on something. None of these guys catch a strength stone. And then we found the dualism that goes on the overworked assistant, which will now also duplicate his extra reanimate. So he's a baseline reanimate 4. That gives him a lot of opportunities to pick up gets him a lot of opportunities to get propagate triggers before he fully dies. And now I'm going to drop the last 2 stewards. Got a 26 card deck. Okay, looking good. Stone of the Undying. Stone of the Undying. Pretty sure I can play through that. I think we have a lot of cool mechanics. And we're going to get Slay triggers aplenty this fight. And that works out pretty well for us. Look at that man with his big ol' eye in the front there. We get the early loam code. Let me see. I want Sanguine Assistant out. Oh yeah. Decay 4 immediately kills the Harpist. Pretty good. Do I need the Twisted Assistant and Fungi in a suit to be out here? I need to be able to harvest here immediately. If I don't spend a Quaths in the first turn, it falls off like a truck because, like, Boiler Room starts triggering and giving me a lot more energy. I'm getting 3 energy off of Boiler Room. So from the second round on, I just don't need a Quaths. Yeah, we're at 7 energy now. We got our decay trigger. I do want my assistant up here. Tooth. Ingredients. I'm gonna dig for red first. Mostly so that I can get a lot of rage and get ramped up sooner. Yeah. Rage, lifesteal, conscript. Now we're unstable at 32. And our reanimates propagate at start of turn with Shroomponics. So overworked assistant pops every round, gives us harvest every round. Let's see, I'm gonna flask here for one more incant. So we've got him coming up top with 32 health. This is where the what's it called? This is where buying the large stone becomes good. Green recruit holds it down. 3 health short. I think we can solve that. That'll do it. You're unstable now. Infectory here. Conscript. In a suit. Find me green. Thank you. Now we dig for the green buffs. Oh, green recruit's still alive. Not on my watch. Hey, look! He found green recruit. Radiant finds me reanimate. I would like to do that one more time for spikes, I think. Conscript. 96 unstable. Alright, he's coming out with 15 health. He's coming out with 7 health. That works for me. Oh, the green recruit lived. Huh, funny. Vengeful Shard, Loam Coat you. We are not going to need him to be loam coated. It's fine if he was not loam coated. Hey, we found the thing anyway. This is some pretty unbelievable work from the overworked assistant. This man is truly, truly overworked. We're gonna put him through his goddamned paces. Sanguine Assistant out front. We're already getting into his reanimates. I'm gonna go deeper. Oh, we killed him. He's dead. Stop, stop. He's already dead. Yeah, Under Legion Lazarus is fun as hell. I mean, there's a reason I've already beaten Seraph on this configuration. I don't want Pox. I don't want Pandemic. There's an argument for Fertile Ground. I think I'm fine. I actually want Mixology more than I want Organ Harvester, which is something I've never ever said, thought, or fathomed. That is an entirely new, like... It is an entirely new thought process. Let me see. Deployable loam code is a thought here. I've got 6 energy on the way in. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we should make something deployable here, shouldn't we? Because I'm not bringing in a lot of units. I want the Pyre Remains, but they're probably the wrong pick. Because I think I just need to get off the ground faster. The thing about going to the Merchant of Arms is that I probably don't want to buy more equipment. And I don't want to buy more runes. So I've already got the Reanimation Lab and the other thing in the jig. Where is it? And the Infectory. And I think those are going Infectory middle floor and the other thing on the top floor. And I can only get one of these things into deployable. So how much am I gaining by going there, getting one thing deployable, giving myself more money that I can't use, and then not duplicating a card? If any of these is duplicatable, it's actually scrap for parts. But, by the same token, I could just like go over to the Merchant of Magic and implicit scrap for parts or spell chain it, and it speeds me up a lot more if I do that. Or intrinsic. Okay. Holdover and double stack. Do we have a double stackable? We do not have anything double stackable. I think I like -2 consume on Mixology, actually. Because I needed Mixology to mix more, but I don't need to mix a lot more. I just need to be able to hit my stuff faster. We don't have a plus 10able card. This is probably a reroll. I don't think there's anything in my deck I want to hold over. None of these are a cast every turn thing. There's the intrinsic scrap for parts. Let's see. I think a -1 on one of these guys is fine. I'm gonna do a -1 ingredient. And then on the Vortex, we remove 1 Eager Conscript and 1 Secret Ingredient. Make us a little leaner so that we can start to hit into these really good loops. My biggest concern right now is just setup time and consistency. I think if we get more consistent with this deck, we win as is. Which means my upgrade after this boss fight's probably draw. Yeah, because we're already, like, this is already very, very helpful. I hit my overworked assistant. That's good. We got our reanimation lab, which is going to make the makeshift golem bigger if he gets beat up. Let me see. Pretty sure we just scrap him for parts. We got our green recruit, which pretty much secures our bottom floor. Let's see, that's 12 from decay. I think they still eat through decay. There's my reanimates for Bolete. I don't need him to have spikes. Consume card is scrap for parts. We unearth scrap for parts. We scrap this man for parts. He comes back to my hand. He has 85 attack now, I guess. That's cool. We start on conscripts here. Okay. Yeah. Scrap for parts is incredible. Sticks with the unit if you find a way to cast it over and over. Ooh, oh, yeah. That's pretty fun. All right. We got our loan code out. I want my Sanguine Assistant out because I do like Vampirism on the Spore Launcher. It helps. Gonna get a potion kit on this man. This little guy. I want red. Show me damage shield. I was hoping for lifesteal. That's fine. Still looking good. I have one spare slot to throw down the Twisted Assistant, so I'll do it. We're gonna look to sacrifice him or just get rid of him, or he'll block a shot from Kale. It's all the same. There we go. Infectory. We pulled a random replicator ray, which is gross. It's really super gross. Gonna brew. You can go green brew. It's fine. Vengeful shards can't touch us. I wonder if replicator ray keeps him with his bullshit. Oh god, it does. With his reanimate and his unstable, and the dualism. The clone also has dualism. Ladies and gentlemen, this floor is explosive. Lone Coat you. Vengeful. Sanguine Assistant. Enjoy your decay. Conscript, ingredient. We found spikes. Have spikes too. We can fit so much bullshit in this mushroom. Okay, I'm actually gonna Aquaths to play Minds of Their Own, which gives me a Slay into a Propagate the floor. Endless test subject. Eternal holdover scrap for parts. Oh, yeah. That is funny. Because if the endless unit's the only unit in your deck, every time you scrap for parts, you get that unit at 0 cost. And then that means you have a test subject that gains 40 attack per turn. Well, this fight is solved, that's for sure. Oh hey, we got weaponized prosthetic. And the Spore Launcher doesn't have a Vampire's Tooth for some reason. What are we weaponizing? I imagine we're probably like slapping the Twisted back on somebody and then removing it. I mean, or we just do this, I guess. This is fine. Yeah, whatever. Mix, mix, swirl, mix. Yeah, Frostbite, why not? I don't want to keep this sitting around, it's just gonna go on you. Bolete's looking pretty buff. With his 18 reanimate stacks. Hey, Bolete, take off your coat. Put on this coat instead. Then go kill that guy. Such tremendous numbers going up. Cheery death cap. Yeah, enjoy your decay. Conscript, conscript, more conscripts. And, sap, I guess. Nyeh. This man has 145 rage. Even the Spore Launcher got up to 150 attack there for a moment. I just want to see how much unstable I can apply. I suppose I could be injecting these dudes for more unstable. Oh, well now I can't inject them much. But I can still do it a bit. Even the shrooms are brewing more rage. Yeah, okay. Time to get on with the run. Tome of Evergrowth is incredibly strong. I don't know if I much want to play Brain Transfer, because if you Brain Transfer, if you Brain Transfer a unit with Reanimate, it transfers all its Reanimate stacks. And I don't have a way to get Reanimate kickstarted up again on my guys. But I think Tome of Evergrowth is freaking crazy, so I'll take it. And we'll take card draw. Tome of Evergrowth is just really good. Just real good. Real good card. Really, really good. Let's see, is it a Merchant of Magic or Steel? So, intrinsic, what's it called? Intrinsic Tome of Evergrowth is really good. Intrinsic Spellchain Tome of Evergrowth is even better than that. My Merchant of Steel hits do not exist. My creatures are perfect. So I could get money or an event. I think an event is better 9 times out of 10. Holy Stone? I'm not getting much out of a Holy Stone. And we got Power Consume instead of Cost Consume, which can't do anything for our build. Red Crown. I don't want followers. Right? What's the best I can do with followers? Make them stand behind a makeshift golem? I can... If they go out in a reanimation lab, they hit for like 24? Eh. Actually, if Scrap for Parts hits a follower, they become good. Alright. Let's try it. Who's picking up random equipment? The Spore Launcher? No matter what equipment the Spore Launcher picks up, it's never bad, so I'm gonna make it the Spore Launcher. I don't want... The units that are meant to die, I don't want picking up equipment that makes it harder for them to die. And I'm gonna Emberstone one of my conscripts and then roll this into minus consume on a secret ingredient, spell chain on Tome of Evergrowth. I don't think there's anything here that I hold over. Champion upgrade. I wanted to harvest for more rage, I think. So Propagate doesn't propagate the unstable. It just gets me more, How many units is he slaying? In the late fights, I think Bolete starts slaying probably a good number of guys. I don't think he's slaying much now, but I think he slays a lot late. So I'm going to try the headsman too. Currently, I think I'm getting more kills off of, like, the unstable and such. 200 spike 6. So this is a little odd. The followers absolutely get killed by spike 6 if the spikes are still there when they come out. The makeshift golem, it takes him about 5 turns to chop through that many spikes. Bolete chops the spikes in 2 turns for a propagate, which is pretty good. At the bottom floor, the spore launcher probably doesn't give a shit and decays it to death, so we're gonna take it. The one issue with this that I didn't see until it was too late is I think we've got the silent scoobers in this run. I'm gonna play the squad leader for now. We want to remove him later. Yes, this silence guy makes my spore launcher a lot worse, and makes my green recruits a lot worse. And it makes a lot of things bad. I think Graft still triggers. Graft is, what's it called? Graft is that other thing that still works. But Extinguish doesn't work. I can still do this, though. And I still get energy off the boiler room for that play. I have no way of killing this Deafening Herald. Endless Recruit runs into the Prayer Stone and starts Bolete off. Let's see. Sanguine Assistant gets killed and gets me energy. Mixology. I guess the only way I can out those guys is mixing blue potions. Damage shield gets eaten by the spikes, so we go rage here. These have 200 health, not 100 health. That's my mistake. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to do? I can't spell chain this now. I can't meaningfully play it on the first floor either. I can spell chain it if I have Quats, actually. And I'm going to lose 2 units here and go to 5 energy for next round. I would really love to play it on the Spore Launcher. I mean, I'm going to play one of them on the Spore Launcher anyway. And I think the other one I play on Bolete. Okay, we can do stuff again. Thank goodness. There we go. And now that floor is a lot closer to being solved, go figure. We'll let this follower die. I need lifesteal on you. Playing this. This is where the Prayer Stone becomes a problem. Unless I can get... So Bolete can't get big enough to trample through it here. Unless I get him a lot more rage. That's fine. That's not rage, and it's not a blue potion. I need it to be one of those things. Because an unstable potion also fixes this set of guys. This set of guys is already dealt with. Presumably future guys will be dealt with or close to dealt with. Play that. Because he can't get his harvest triggers and build his rage in front of these dudes. This Vampire's Tooth, I think, might be spare. I can put it up here so he gets through the Prayer Stone faster. That's the Sap one. If that was the Decay one, I would be pretty fine. I think Overworked Assistant actually clears the floor. Nope, because he is silenced. This guy fucking sucks. How much damage are we taking then? Because if that's the case, I'm almost powerless to clear this. I don't think Summon triggers either. Yeah, Summon doesn't trigger. 37 damage on Pyre. Alright, things happen. We move on. Sometimes your Pyre takes 37 damage, and there's not a lot you can do about it. Let's see. There's actually nobody I want to Evergrowth here or here. Ugh. Okay, here's the next Deafening Herald. Unfortunately, the strike for rage gain can't happen here and now, but it's like future-proofing, kinda. I don't want to give him regen if he's not dying. There's a blue mix. Let's see. I don't need to lone coat him, actually. The Vampire's Tooth is fine. I don't think I actually want to lone coat anybody, so we do this to get it out of the deck. Decay clears that. The Deafening Herald is dying. So he can't add more unstable because of the silence, but he can work with the unstable he's got. So this guy is getting through because of the Prayer Stone blocks, basically. I don't think there's an amount of unstable that fixes the fact that he's getting through. Is there? I think Frostbite might help. I think that saves me from maybe... It might save me from one hit. I'm not sure if it's actually enough. Which means I do need to sap these guys so that they don't have attack damage when they get to the pyre. Let's see. I could Organ Harvester for plus 10 damage onto this Gladiator, since this Gladiator is a problem. I'm also not trampling through this, which is a problem. Propagate from the Loam Coat is 4 damage per turn. After like 2 turns, it's better. Just really struggling under the Silence Aura to get things done effectively. And that bodes ill because Entropy also throws down a Silence Aura. So if I'm struggling now, I'm liable to keep struggling. Let me see. That guy does probably about 18 damage to Pyre. This guy, I'm not confident he does any damage to Pyre. I can loam coat this unit. It gets him more more reanimates, but he still keeps triggering unstable. I've got no worries about the boss. Our damage just isn't scaling fast enough. Yeah, Rax dies on first floor. I'm gonna see if I can do that fight better. Because we're able to get through that because of the raw Pyre health that we have, but I think that that is too much damage for us to win the run if we take that much here and now. Unfortunately, I do think a lot of this problem comes down to not getting blue infusions. And that's pretty frustrating. Yeah, because I think if we get a blue infusion faster and kill this Deafening Herald, a lot of these problems are not problems. Try this, it's a little different. Yeah, it's true. I am going to use the wax cap here this time. Right, I forgot. I tried to do that last time and it doesn't work. Takes him 2 turns to die on spikes, that's fine. More decay on you. Calcified Ember. Start to incant as fast as possible. I guess we still do put this guy up here, because it's just... I don't want to redraw him anyway. Okay, so that still happens basically the same way. And the question is, can I get this, can I get these gladiators killed any better? Well, I've got this prayer stone down, which I think is faster than before. Give me unstable. And this time we're going to be sapping this guy earlier. Can't sap here because of this Deafening Herald. It's not enough unstable to kill that Herald either. Cast the spell here. Let's see. Loam coat there. Gonna blast infusion for more damage. Silenced out of this here. I'm only 20 damage short here. What can I do? Organ Harvester the Villager. Let's try and roid up. I don't get an incant trigger there because of the silence guy in the back. Faulty body. Fragile and spikes 40. Let's see. On Fragile, he dies, but he comes back. We fragile body you because you've got multi-strike yet. Oh no, it's spikes. Right. I was thinking of weaponized prosthetic. No, I faulty body this guy in the front. Does an extra 40 damage. Blast. Yeah, that's fine. That gets me an extra trigger immediately. Incant, do this. As it does an immediate 98 damage and an extra harvest. So this guy gets through, he does some damage. This guy should be on schedule to die. So we take 18 there. Yeah, we're doing a lot less to Rax the Overblessed this time. But the Avowed Gladiator here is dying. I think Rax probably dies on second floor, so I think these guys are allowed to bleed through and it's fine. I don't remember what the difference is in our bottom floor that changes up Rax this much, since we killed Rax bottom floor last time. But hey, that's okay. I did a bit better. I think it's like 18 more health or something. Oh right, Spore Launcher's endless. Huh, that's funny. Enjoy getting sapped, loser. Okay, we're done. Okay, so our damage is not going fast enough. Let me see. Dig deep. I'm getting at most 3 spawns out of this. For 2, that's not worth. I don't think Wax Cap is good enough unless we made it endless. And we do not have a Merchant of Steel upcoming. I think I have other units I could endless if I was going to do that. I don't really want more endless units anyway. Puffer Flesh or Faulty Body. I don't think it's an Organ Harvester here because I have enough reanimate access. And I don't have more places where I'm going to get slays. I don't think. It's like, I could put Organ Harvester on Bolete, but I'm actually getting that done with Lone Coat. And Lone Coat makes him more stable. Organ Harvester makes him do more damage if I wanted to do that. But I think the Propagates are better because we're propagating Rage. And over the course of 3 turns, that does get us more damage. So long as we're able to get the initial Rage on. Faulty Body is probably a meaningful damage difference in a few different places. And I don't have places to equip Spiky Skin. So I think 40 spikes on like the top unit or something is pretty good. I think I need to go for the Pyre Remains here. Merchant options. Spell Chain and Holy Stone. I already got Spell Chain on the Tome of Evergrowth. Intrinsic would be awesome on the Tome, because it gives me 2 immediate uses of that. I mean, obviously, like, it's clear what it does. Holy Stone, I don't think there's anything to throw it onto. Let's see, starter cards are -1. That makes my Ear Conscripts and my Secret Ingredients free, which doesn't matter that much. I like Winged Steel, we're gonna get to draw cards. Advanced Growth in Ring 8 kinda sucks. Because what am I gonna get out of this? Like 4 power in the final fight on some random piece of gear? I'm gonna get maybe 4 power in a Loam Coat somewhere? Yeah, great. I mean, I guess I buy this, because it's like 8 attack power somewhere. It is not nothing. It is vaguely possible for this to be relevant. It's not great. Dante's Footstool is actually good. And Twin Minds is actually good. Twin Minds only gets 1 more chance to trigger, but it can give me an extra... This is the first Consume card. So it can give me an extra Faulty Body, it can give me an extra Mixology, an extra Scrap for Parts. It's probably going to give me an extra Scrap for Parts, because this is intrinsic. Or it can give me an extra Tome of Evergrowth. This is probably helpful in some cases. I don't think it's universally helpful. Yeah, I'm not going to take that. I think I re-roll. There we go. We got the intrinsic Tome of Evergrowth with Spell Chain. So, I can duplicate the intrinsic Spell Chain Tome of Evergrowth if I want to, and that gives me a lot of... that gives me some cool stuff. But I think what I do here is I duplicate the Overworked Assistant. Because I think having 2 Overworked Assistants on my middle floor gives me a much better time with killing things on that floor. And I really need everything to be caught on that floor and die. I really cannot have stuff living past that. The Reanimation Lab right away is pretty cool. Oh, I was trying to figure out, like, why did I just get energy during deployment? It's because he got equipped, and so I gained 1 energy from Frenzythesia. Frenzythesia? Whatever that is. He got equipped. Alright, I'm pretty sure what we need to do, first of all, is scrap for parts. Right? Because if I Tome of Evergrowth, I get the Emot on that. Right? Do I not have Emot Tome this run? Why did I think I had Emot Tome? That was last run. I get 2 Tomes of Evergrowth either way. The question is, what do I need 2 of next fight? And I think the answer is scrap for parts. And I don't actually want this fungi standing here, I don't think. I found 1 of my overworked assistants. There you go. Now, we scrap him for parts, I'm pretty sure. And I found 1 of my followers with a bunch of multi-strike. There we go. I'm gonna get the other follower out there too. I'm gonna get rid of this Twisted Assistant. We're gonna be Evergrowthing. I gotta watch out for the amount of damage that's coming through here. It's actually pretty severe. I can sap one of these guys. Doesn't matter how much regen they get. I want to be able to have... I think what I do here is I actually bring out another conscript. Yeah, that works out. I'm not going to faulty body that guy right away. So I think we're probably waiting for another go-around before we play faulty body. Need to find my reanimate for Bolete. Oh, it's being stubborn. Okay. Triple the debuff stacks. That's a point-and-click kill on certain units. I'm gonna play it on you. Maybe I regen the makeshift golem. That way, that can start propagating from Shrewd Ponics and like kind of keep him a little healthier. Our plan for the spore launcher is still to just give him lifesteal and then just block for him, and he will be okay. Okay, this is fine. There's the Sanguine Assistant. Green Recruit. Please stop threatening to kill my spore launcher. I'm silenced. My spore launcher's dead. Okay, there's the other overworked assistant. We don't have any Pyre Hunters this run. I just have to be able to kill every Purified Soul and Deafening Herald with this unstable. Sure. This is Rage. I'm still killing him through Sap 4, so that's gonna be fine with me. That's right. The Spore Launcher's endless. I forgot he's endless. Oh, that's so nice. I was so screwed. Don't you silence yourself, you jerk. He's threatening to tank the run. Right there. He's just gonna sandbag it across the finish line. What an asshole. Even if I give them more attack, it's fine. Right? It's just attacking into 1 health overworked assistance. I can lone coat you. You're unequipped. Might as well. I'm not getting my incants here, and they're getting their incants, so... Let's see. Blast Infusion? Probably helps. I'm not going to play it here, though, right? Do I play it to my own units? Oh, yeah, because he pops immediately. Gets a lot of work done, right? Nice. Okay. And now the Silence Goon is dead. Go back to sapping stuff. I did lose the Tome of Evergrowth effect on the Spore Launcher. Okay. Unit being randomly endless coming in the clutch. Okay. Need to get through this Avowed Gladiator. Show me damage shield. No? Lifesteal? We don't have lifesteal yet. We can pick up lifesteal. Enjoy that. I think I prefer a Loam Coat on here over the Twisted Back. Yeah. we're going to want it to be that way in the long term. Even if it's a lot less damage for now. Yeah, show me more debuffs that I can throw on this guy in the back. Rooted. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Enjoy sticking around for this. Let me see. I can probably Vampire's Tooth one of these guys. Also, Racking Pain. I could have Evergrowthed him first. Made that work better. I guess this guy is taking a beating, and it's okay. We can work with it. He's endless. Yeah, you know what? Take a combustion suit. Make them even more unstable. Yeah, enjoy your incants. Send your attack through to the moon. I don't care. I don't care. The boss can be sapped over it. This guy is trying to walk past. Unstable 162. Yeah. Let's see things get through this. Spore Launcher's back, and this time he brought Hef's Hammer. Cool. 449. Let's see. Can I faulty body this makeshift golem and get away with it? He's got reanimate 13. I think I can get away with that then. Who are we propagating 4 on? Do I want the spikes on this guy? Let's do the spikes on this guy. He's got 1 health anyway. Fragiles doesn't matter. He's not dying. Let's see. I think I want Propagate 4 on the boss. Enjoy your sap 4 more. We're silenced again down here. Of course we are. But I see that we've drawn Tome of Horrors this time. Rather, we've invented Tome of Horrors. There is no Tome of Horrors in our deck. We're not made of good cards. We don't have Tome of Horrors. Keep pulling Goliath Infusion to try and keep my attack up relative to the sap that's going out, because I am sapping everything really consistently. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop Tome of Horrors on this guy. That'll kill the silence unit, reanimate him, and on next kill, he does get the Extinguish. That works pretty well. Let's see, mix it up. We still don't have reanimate on Bolete. Let's try and find it. Got there. Sweet. Love it. 210 unstable. Cool. Cool. This is definitely the most work I've ever seen done by overworked assistants. We are overworking these assistants. Yeah, these assistants would definitely like to go home, and we're not letting them. One more sap on the boss. Here, take that. I still want this to be boiler room. Racking pain for 138. It's not bad. We've got a couple units getting through. Alright, we were really late to get reanimate on Bolete, so he's only got 11 stacks of reanimate. Oh boy. I expected that number to be lower than 11, but it's 11. And we win, also. Yikes. It's funny that one swing they take out the entire troop stack, but every reanimate in the infectory is a troop, which is a harvest. Yeah, once it gets rolling, it keeps going. It's just a question of if we can get there. Alright. Onwards. The Titans. We've got 69 health to work with. I think that's pretty good. Got this monstrous spore launcher. We got our infectory from the start. Okay. We got an early lone coat. That's good. I think what we want to do here is probably begin by scrapping this guy. Got a big follower. Put him up there. I'm gonna scrap this guy. We got a big recruit. Cool. Recruit goes out. Shard. Conscript. Evergrowth. Evergrowth. Sap you. Sap you. Loam coat. We can deal with that. Vamp Tooth in place. I think it's fine if we don't get another Loam Coat out right now. We do want it for the makeshift golem. Digging for reanimates. Found it. Reanimate on Bolete, and actually we aquaths and we do get the Loam Coat down. Okay, we've solved most of our regular problems. Let's see. Elect Chamber. No, we're not playing it. There's our first overworked assistant. We're going to keep sapping the Titans. It's fine if they regen. Doesn't really matter that much. Ingredients. Show me Rage. Damage Shield. Lifesteal. Cool. I'm getting like the full kit. Okay. I can put the electricity chamber up here for now. We'll just replace it later. And that gets it out of our deck. Okay, we got a good amount of decay there. Okay. Evergrowth U. Evergrowth, the boss. Recruits. Discord. I wish this fungi was out of the way so I could play this assistant. Electricity chamber into reanimation lab. I don't want to play the assistant on a different floor. That would be an option. But I want to keep my scaling in the same place. So what I'm going to do is hold on to a blast infusion. And I'm going to stockpile this a bit to see if I can, like, pop my own fungi at some point, if I need to clear the way. We've got 17 cards in the rotation now, so about 1 every 3 hands we have the Assailant to play. It's going to be a minimum of 2 turns from now before we can drop him. But it does look like we're keeping up with our kills right now. Okay, Cheery Deathcap is a great find. I appear to have lost my Endless unit, so I'm overdrawing the hand a bit. I don't know how I'm drawing that many cards. I don't have any card draw triggers, I don't think. Sap 6U. Deathcap. Okay, so here, pretty sure I scrap the fungi, got the assistant. Sweet. That was another out that was, like, loosely in my head for getting that done. Which means I can purge. Let's see. Get the follower out of the deck. Spare equipment goes on followers. Faulty body, you. Sap on you. Got a lot of attacks in, but it looks like we're not losing the assistant. I think I give the assistant one of these spare loam coats. Try and keep his reanimate up. As his reanimate is in danger of getting overwhelmed here. If it weren't for the Infectory, he would have lost his... he would have died. Awesome. Propagate's such a good pull off the top. What happened to my Endless unit? He's not in the discard pile. How are you in the consume pile? You're Endless. How did that happen? Endless is a status. I'm gonna have to check the replay on what happened to him, but it looks like we're able to play through it. I want him sapped into the goddamned floor. We are losing our overworked assistant. It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much damage pressure coming through for him. And the fragile, I don't think, made the difference. It's just the number of attacks. Oh, there's the spike of the league 1 turn later. It could have kept him up. Put this on the other guy in the back. These guys are getting sapped out of their minds. Check for rooted, so I can actually stall him for a turn. Oh, he's immune to rooting. Oh, he's immune to rooting, but he's not immune to descend. That's so weird. I had assumed because I could descend him that he was rootable. I didn't summon any units down here, so we got no decay on this floor. That could be a problem. Let's see, is that problematic enough for me to rewind the turn? Yeah, I'm actually going to rewind the turn. My Endless unit being dead is throwing off my game plan a little bit. That's not supposed to be possible. I'm gonna do the same plays I did. Except I'm gonna throw my eager conscripts on the first floor. I do need these guys decaying. It's fine if the spore launcher dies. And I am concerned about these reanimates getting run through. We'll drop another 7 reanimates on you. Shield will win. Get 12 decay. Down some spikes. Why not? Let's see. I don't think I want to give any more regen to the bosses at the moment. Looks like we're roughly on schedule. We can kind of fight through these guys for a really long time. The multi-attack pressure we would usually have from Savagery doesn't really matter. Because we just, you know, zero out his attack, pretty much. This makeshift golem is getting a little beat up. But, what's his reanimate at? He's got reanimate 20, so it doesn't count. Need to make sure I'm throwing down conscripts there. Okay, entropy's done. He's technically got regen, but he's got a lot more decay than he does regen. So we can actually sap entropy as much as we want. The sap counts differently on different floors, so his top floor still hits. Let's see. We've got 23 damage shield here. So lifesteal's not going to matter, so we're just going for raw rage. Looks like we're just on rage trample through mode on that floor. I didn't have a good replicator play anyway. Okay, it's just savagery now. He's not usually the last to go, but I guess he is this time. Let's see, 400 more. I could actually hold out through another loop and get him. Oh, we're silenced, so we're not getting a lot of work done on this floor. And this guy has 60 health and stealth. Cool. Cool. What a dick. Let's see. Oh, they're at plus 24 because makeshift golem is dying and giving them armor. It's like, what's showing there? I don't want to play Curse of Entropy because I want to get this 76 x3 in. With the twisted back and the multi-strike, he's building enough rage to fight through the sap. Let's see. Keep building this unstable. It's at 300. That's fine. It can be higher. Take that. Yeah, I'm pretty relaxed, ultimately. Because they can't really get any units past the 300 unstable. I found another replicator ray. Do I want to replicate something? Oh, savagery blows up this turn, so yeah, I guess we're good. Sure, play out the turn. We had a lot going for us, so worked out. I don't know what happened with our endless unit. Super weird. There's probably some kind of bug that transpired there. As far as I know, you cannot silence Endless. I think it's something to do with us having a full hand drawn. You know what I think it was? I have an idea. It's probably that Scrap for Parts tried to put the Endless unit in our hand when our hand was full for some reason. I think if we triggered something like Winged Steel and Scrap for Parts at the same time, it probably tried to put the Endless unit in a hand that was already 10 cards. If we had lost because of that, I would have been bitter. We had a harder run, but the fact that we had the Endless event on our Spore Launcher got us through. Right, that is... Wait, am I at 31 of 180? Oh, shoot. I've been doing better in my offline runs than I thought I was.